Hey guys, Sean Zine, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 20 on the year, and it's all about providing value consistently. I have teamed up with phenomenal professionals that we're going to drop some massive value. Things that we're going to talk about today are going to be mindset, motivation, and marketing. Let me bring on my co-host. We have Mauricio Viecco. We have Darwin Roman. And our special guest today, we have Lionel Cruz. What is going on, guys? I appreciate you guys taking some time out and enjoying. We're going to drop some value for our communities today. Let's do a quick introduction. Mauricio, if you can go first, then Darwin, and then we'll have Lionel. Just introduce who you are and what you do.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sean. Welcome, everyone that is following us today. As Sean mentioned, we have added value to these connection conversations. And the first Wednesday of every month from 1 to 1:30 p.m., we're going to be live bringing special guests that we can continue keeping the people informed about what's going on the real estate industry and how to become a top producer on your area. Either you're working as a loan officer, as a real estate agent, as an insurance person. So we're trying to combine, years and years of experience and knowledge for all of you to enjoy. As you know, I'm the CEO of the Viecco Group, area manager in New Jersey for Paramount Residential Mortgage Group, and I have been doing mortgages for the past 20 years, being very successful as what I do, thanks to my loyal customers, business partners, and an amazing operations team and sales team that I have on the Viecco Group. And also, Sean, I would like to introduce our co-host, Darwin Roman, who's joined ventures with us in order to bring more knowledge to the industry. And Darwin, I'll pass it to you now.
Thank you so much, Mauricio. Great seeing you again. Thanks again, Sean and Lionel. Looking forward to hearing what you're going to drop today. I know it's going to be amazing. For everybody who has known me, maybe does not know me, Darwin Roman, part of this team as well, but also my practice and my primary focus is retirement planning and insurance, specifically life insurance. And I've been in this industry now going on 10 years. And for those of you who maybe have seen me as a rebranded person, I am now the life insurance mercenary. So check me out there on Instagram, on Facebook, and also on TikTok as Life Insurance Mercenary. Excited to be able to be here and bring value today to today's conversation.
And now, Lionel, come on now.
All right. I'm so happy to be here with you guys, man. Sean, I heard so much about you. It's actually the first time I think we've actually spoken and met. So thanks for having me on today. And then I have my co-pilots here, Mauricio and Darwin. Mauricio looking nice and fresh, just getting back from Aruba. And Darwin, we just caught up yesterday. So my name is Lionel Cruz. I'm the CEO of Next Home Prime. We're based out of North Bergen, New Jersey. I've been doing real estate now for 15 years. So it's been a long time. I've been through the crash and this crazy market that we're going through right now. So it's very exciting, and thanks for having me on.
No, I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day. And yes, Mauricio's back. He has a nice look to him with that little tan. So it's good to definitely enjoy and have some relaxation time too. So we are going to drop some value today. And I want to remind everyone that's watching, if you're watching, #live. If you're on the replay, #replay. If you have questions for us, we will get to them after the live as well. If the guys see it and I pop it up on the screen and we want to answer it, we'll answer it. But we definitely want to engage and we want you to share the live. We want to help as many people as possible. So I'm in the PNC world. We have Darwin in the life insurance world, Mauricio in the mortgage business, and Lionel in the real estate business. We're here to help. And without us being known, we need you, your friends, to help, or we want to help your friends too. That's the goal of what we're doing. So I want to talk about mindset first and how important that is into your daily life, how important it is when you have those days that when you wake up, like how do you get stuff going? So mindset, I think, is everything. Who would like to go first?
I will go first on that, Sean. And now that you mentioned that I'm back, well, I was never gone. Um, Mindset is everything. So I went to enjoy 4 days in Aruba, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I'm trying always to, whenever I go out, try to catch it on a holiday that it was planned earlier in the month, but then I have some important matters that I have to attend and I couldn't make it. But a mindset of a winner, of a top producer is always keep an eye on your business because money never sleeps, neither you should be sleeping. So the days I was Saturday and Sunday, and especially Monday and Tuesday, while I was doing my phone part, which is very important for you to keep that balance in your life. Uh, if you have a partner in your life, then you have to also, take care of that partner. If you have family, you have to take care of your family, of your kids. It's very important. If you have friends, you have to take care of your friends. But never keep an eye away of your business. So while I was in Aruba, I took advantage of the beautiful scenery and the beautiful beaches that I have over that I had the pleasure to enjoy over there in that beautiful island, and start continuously posting on social media. And while I was enjoying the beach, I got my cell phone, my laptop, my tablet with me at all time, and every determined time I was looking into my emails, replying. I was getting pre-approvals issue. I was getting loans submitted. I have uh, uh, all the partners happy because I was away and I was still able to help. So one thing I did in the past was hide while I was away. I never posted while I was away because in this industry, if you're away, people think that you're not working. And the reality is that if you don't have a team to support you, then you're in big trouble if you're away. So, for instance, I know that you shouldn't have a team. Darwin has a team. Lionel has a team. And as I mentioned myself, I have a team. So even if I'm away, I still have people that can handle my business. So while I'm away, I have 9 people in my operations team that caters for the business, for my sales team and my operations team to continue moving forward. So that's something that makes our team, our group, a part of others. That either if you are in New Jersey, New York, in Puerto Rico, in Miami, in Ecuador, in Colombia, you're still have have control over your business. So I took advantage of that. Obviously, I still posted on my social media. My mindset is always win, 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 grow, 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 right? So I used that and I posted on my social media, but at the same time, I was taking the phone calls. I was replying to my emails, to my text messages. I was communicating with my customers. I was communicating with my agents. Obviously, on a Saturday and Sunday is when, on our industry, agents or real estate agents are more busy because people are off, so they have the opportunity to go. So I know for a fact that I have a couple of partners that are very, very tight when it comes to demand. They're very demanding, right? And I know they were texting me just to check if I was able to come through with the request. And surprisingly, while I was in the beach, I was still able to come through with what I needed. So mindset is everything. The right mindset and the right managing the expectations in the right way is key in our industry. But and I have to mention that balancing is very important. So I was looking at the social media today, and I see one of our friends having some hard time in the hospital, and the level of stress we all manage here is huge. So I think it's very important within that mindset of a winner, of a top producer, of growing, 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 also have time to appreciate those beautiful moments we have with family, with friends, with your partner, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, with your fiance, with your wife. Just enjoy. So part of that mindset of the winner and a top producer is also to find time to release all that stress that we daily get on our job. So I'll get back to you, Sean. That was my piece for the mindset after my trip, and also by seeing what stress causes, and the right way to manage it is to share more time with the things that you love.
I agree. You have to manage expectations. Communication's so big, and taking care of yourself, having that time to be stress-free. We don't have, we have very stressful jobs. We got to be your quarterback. So it's so key to make sure you are doing well as well. Darwin, what would you like to add?
Sure. So when it comes to mindset, I think one of the key elements to maintaining a proper mindset, I would say, is usually a challenge for anybody, including myself, a lot of times, is staying motivated. Motivation is so key, whether you feel like it or you don't feel like it, right? And there's a quote by Zig Ziglar that talks about motivation, is that motivation is like taking a shower. It works best when you do it every day. And motivation is a daily discipline that we practice within our business, within our professional lives, because like we said, we have good days and bad days. And so when those bad days come and we don't feel like making that phone call, we don't feel like dealing with that client, we don't feel like putting out that fire, those are the moments that actually help us shine and help us be better professionals. But if we lack the motivation to do it, then we're going to fall short of not just our expectations, but our clients' expectations and our team's expectations, because we're all leaders. Whether you're an entrepreneur or you're an intrapreneur, meaning you're maybe an employee in a company, regardless, our performance is when it's going to dictate us or separate us from the average to the above average, right? From the ordinary to the extraordinary. So doing a daily discipline, and by the way, the key thing is, in my mind, is dedicating some time every day, whether it be 15 minutes, half hour, an hour, of positive mental motivation, personal development, whether it be YouTube, Audible, it doesn't matter, Facebook, calling one of your partners and getting excited about your business on a daily basis is the difference maker between a person who becomes a producer to a top producer.
Love it. Zig Ziglar, he's phenomenal. I definitely agree that you have to, when you put out fires, that's when we get paid. That's why we get paid, is to help those when putting those fires out. That's where the expertise comes in. Awesome. Thank you so much, Darwin. And Lionel, what would you like to add?
So my day starts out every single day. I wake up at 6 a.m. My day's already planned out the day before. My calendar starts filling up very quickly. So I'm always prepared. 6 a.m. I wake up. I'm at the gym at 6:45. We wrap up at 7:45. I get back home. I help get my daughters ready for school. And then after that, it's just, work mode for the rest of the day. So I think being prepared, it helps you, especially if you plan in advance, because when things come up that are crazy in our business, and they do every single day, you're just prepared for it. You know how to answer, you know how to respond. I'm usually already thinking ahead of what's going to happen. And I think that's what makes me successful, my team. That's where experience comes in, and we just keep it consistent the entire time. Something Darwin mentioned, I think, me personally, sometimes I like to watch, I love baseball. I love sports. I watch video clips of a lot of these athletes and what they do. Guys like Alex Rodriguez, forget about what he did in baseball. What is this guy doing professionally? This guy owns more than 15,000 units. He has a Mercedes-Benz dealership. He's doing so many things. And he checks every single email every single day, and he responds to every single one. So if that guy can do that with his empire, there's no excuse for us not to do it. I say that to myself every single day.
And I have to agree with that. If the successful people out there, Lionel, they are not people with two heads, with four arms. I always say that. It's people like us that has that ambition, that mindset, and ambition, no greed, ambition, very different, of growing and becoming that what they think. So I always say we are what we think. So if we project ourselves the right way, on the right path, we have to envision that greatness. And also, I always say, always pushing for greatness, for new levels, is that we have to continuously keep ourselves with the right mindset, motivated, pushing to become that better Mauricio day after day, the better Lionel, the better Darwin, the better Sean, day after day. So I love what everybody said, and I think is very important to keep an eye on those that are successful, not just to mimic what they do, but to learn that on bigger companies, on bigger ventures, people are still successful and able to get to do what they need to do. For example, last night, 4 hours flight, 100 emails. Somebody will say, I will read it tomorrow first thing in the morning, but tomorrow first thing in the morning, there's going to be 100 extra emails. So I went to bed at probably at 12:30, 1 p.m. And believe me, at 12:30 was talking with real estate agents that have the same mindset, that are pushing for new levels, that doesn't matter what they're doing, no matter the time, they continuously try to grow. So I love what everybody said, and I think it's very important to keep an eye on other people that are very successful, just to keep ourselves motivated.
And that goes with motivation as far as your whys. A lot of you haven't, those that are watching, and if you're watching live, hashtag live, if you're on the replay, hit hashtag replay. If you haven't figured out your whys, that's why the fire isn't in you. You can hear it in the passion in everyone's voices in this panel right now on how passionate they are in their businesses and how passionate they're going to stay up and focus on marketing and everything else, because it's important to have that fire. My whys, when I had my girls, I have a 14-year-old, I have a 2-year-old, and I have a 6-month-old. In the morning, I got to get up because I know they're all girls. I'm a girl dad, and it's going to get expensive as they get older. And that's something I have to make sure that I am going to be having that drive. And that's what drives me to keep doing what I'm doing and provide value. Darwin, what are some of the motivation that you have that gets you going in your everyday?
Sure. I would say number one, because a good friend of mine told me that the loyalty to myself ends when it begins with other people. And so, and I would say one of my whys, outside of being just focused on myself, but being better than I was last year, being a better version of myself, because I know, just like, for example, Mauricio, you just flew on a plane and they told you the whole thing about the mask coming from the top of the plane. In case the cabin pressure drops, the mask will come down to make sure put the mask on yourself first before you put it on other people. And I feel that's one of the whys you got to do, is be a better person for yourself, but not just for yourself, but of course the people that you love, your family, your friends, your children, your loved one. And so for my why, it is my family. It is my parents. It is my brother. It's certain people that I have in my life that drive me to be able to achieve my goals and be a better version of myself. Because also, by the way, another person you have to remember is that there's also future self, depending on today. That means the future Mauricio, the Mauricio for 20 years from now, the Sean 20 years from now, the Lionel 20 years from now is looking at the individual today and say, please hit this goal because I need you. I in the future need you right now, today, in the present.
Well said, Darwin. We're going over to you, Lionel.
Let me tell you, I have 2 beautiful girls, 2 years old, 4 years old. Everything I do for them. I wake up every morning. I get up early so that I'm prepared, so that they can have. I always think about this. I never want my daughters, or I have 2 older boys also, I never want them to go through what I went through in life. I always want to offer them something better. So what does that mean? We're going to Florida this month, May 19th. We rented a house with a swimming pool on the canal. I want them to have those experiences. I take them to Puerto Rico and we spend, a week or 2 weeks at my house in Dorado. I want them to go through that experience so they can have culture in their life. This is only going to help them in the future. So just my 2 babies motivate me every day. And it just drives me to keep filling up that pipeline and doing deals.
Well said, man. I appreciate that. And Mauricio.
Listen, keeps me going. The things that I love the most in life, everybody knows that I'm a big believer in God. I love God. I think everything has to be thanked to Him. Um, I love my daughter. I love my fiance. I love my family, and we are all, you know, working. We will say together. From our great father to um, even my daughter, who's looking up to me to see what I do with my life, and she's very proud. So every time she comes, she doesn't come and say not that many things. She's 15 years old, that age. They try to be like, Dad, don't hold my hand in public. Dad, don't hug me that way anymore. So when it comes, from her and she tells me that I'm very proud of what you're doing. I see your Instagram, and I see the amount of followers you have. You know how people react to what you do. It's it makes me very happy and very proud, and I keep motivated. When I see that I can provide a good life to my family, to my fiance, to my daughter, I'm extremely proud, and then it makes me keep going, knowing that I can be a better Mauricio tomorrow. And when I look, and this is probably even more important, when I look at the people that I provide employment to, right? And I see how they have grown, and I see how they have evolved in this better person, and are now, from most of them from very humble beginnings, now, having their own properties, you know, making great money. And I'm very happy because I see those changes from many that has worked with me from the very beginning when I started this, and see how they have grown. They trusted when I had nothing, when I was not known in the industry. They believed, they trust, they were loyal, and then the way to for myself to be to reciprocate to what they have done for me is to continue bringing that value to the team, bringing those business in, bringing those happy business partners, happy customers, and I'm very excited for what the future, is going to bring to us. And Sean, I also want to mention this, as you and I had that conversation in our last show, and branding. We talk about mindset. Now let's talk about marketing. Let's talk about branding. Marketing is very, it's huge, it's wide. And right now, social media is everything. If you're not using social media, what are you doing, right? So, talking about branding, and I see you're always wearing your T-shirt, your hat. Lionel is always, taking pictures of his next home office. I know Darwin with his life insurance mercenary is killing it out there. I love it. Every time I see those videos, myself, I'm always, with my Viecco group, the T-shirt, the hat, which, by the way, is so nice because now I don't have to think about what I'm gonna wear. I'm just gonna I put my T-shirt, my hat, and I'm done. I'm dressed, whatever, jeans or pants, I'm ready. I'm having issues now. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I have to wear a tie. Let's think about it later. But branding, I would like to start with Darwin. Darwin, what are you doing marketing-wise to brand your name? Because as we spoke to, as we discussed on our last show, it's about you. It's about what Darwin Roman is doing for himself to grow his name. So tell me a bit more about the life insurance mercenary, where the idea came from. How are you expanding on that?
Sure.
And try to not to interrupt. Try to keep it to about 2 minutes. We're going to keep us on time today. We're going to really focus on that too.
No problem. And I got to say, the pandemic produced this idea of the life insurance mercenary. So if anybody out there that wasted time during the pandemic, you didn't focus on your brand, I'm not saying you missed out, but you should really focus on it this year. So I had to tie it in to how I actually approach my practice. And my practice is based on an independent platform. See, the way I came up with Mercenary is two reasons. Number one, of my identity. I was in the Marine Corps, right? Years ago. I have this military identity, which has to do with a military theme like a mercenary, right? But what's a mercenary by definition? A mercenary is a professional soldier that's hired by somebody and they have no loyalty to a government. So you ever see a mercenary on TV or on a commercial, or you're going to see that they never have the flag of any particular country. That means that their loyalty is to the client. And I follow that same philosophy when it comes to advising my clients, especially for life insurance, because I'm a life insurance mercenary. That means when you hire me, my job and my mission of financial security is your priority. That means that my priority is to make sure we achieve that mission regardless of what company it is, because I'm product agnostic. I'm contracted with about a dozen life insurance carriers. So my objective is not so much what's going to make best for me or better for my pocket, but more to achieve the financial security mission for my client. And that's how I came up with the idea of life insurance mercenary.
That was awesome. And that was at 2 minutes. He didn't even know that was coming out. That was fantastic. And Mauricio, let's hear what Lionel has, what kind of marketing he's doing.
Let me tell you, I think social media is the easiest, it's the cheapest, and it keeps you in contact with your past clients, your sphere, family members. I mean, me personally, I don't even buy any leads in my business. Everything comes through referrals. I mean, every single deal that I do. And a lot of these people are friends with me on social media. And what do? They see that I'm active. They see I'm listing properties. I'm working with buyers. We're doing closings, right? They see these great experiences online. What do? They come back to you from some other business. Maybe they refer their son, their sister, their brother. I have people that I haven't seen since junior high school that I'm reconnecting with now because they want to buy houses. People I went to school with in New York City. So if you're not doing social media, I mean, I see a lot of people in the business, they're just not even active. Just imagine if they picked that up just a little bit more, how much that would increase their business, right? I mean, there's some other things that we do. We buy ads online. We send out blast emails. You know, everybody works different. Obviously, we try to reach the people that aren't active on social media. So we have to do some of that kind of stuff. But the biggest thing that works for me is definitely social media. And I just don't put my production. You know, I also put our experiences, what we're doing out there, our time with our family, time with my daughters, our vacations, our trips to Aruba. You know, Darwin's videos, I think that was the best thing I've ever saw. Every time I saw one of his videos, I would shoot him a message. I was like, this is amazing. So that's pretty much it. It's very simple.
And it's all about buying brain cells. You know, if you're in people's faces every single day, you're going to start building your own personal brand. And Mauricio and I talked about this the last time. The company is one thing, but it's you that they buy from. So you have to build that trust. So the more that they see you in the feed and they see that you have a family and you are providing value, you're not just sitting there, hand out. I need deals. You're actually helping people first, connecting others. And that's where the business will come. And that definitely is something that I hold true to my heart, to always be out there, putting myself on the line. People are afraid to give out recommendations. Why? You know, what happens if they mess up? Well, that person's not getting any more recommendations from me anymore, right? So it's just something that you got to give people shots, have an opportunity for them. They're going to shine because they want more business. Otherwise, they don't need to. They're not going to get more business because that's the one and done. You know, so the marketing is always being consistent. No matter what it is, be consistent as much as possible. Mauricio.
I agree with you, Sean. We're coming to the 30 minutes live, but we're going to try to keep it that way. I want to remind everybody that is looking at this live show for the Connection Conversations. We're going to be on every Wednesday, every first Wednesday of every month from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to be transmitting on Facebook. And on the next one, we're going to start doing it on Instagram as well. And I would like you to not only follow us, but to share this. We're going to be on our personal and business pages for Facebook and Instagram. You can find me on the Viecco group and Mauricio Viecco, Darwin Roman, Sean Sim, The Connection Machine, Lionel Cruz, and we're going to be every first Wednesday of the month from 1 to 1:30 p.m. We're going to continue bringing top producers, influential people from our real estate industry to the show to keep discussing more about mindset, about marketing, branding. What are we doing? So I thank Sean for the opportunity to co-host, Darwin as well, and thank you to our very special guest and great friend, Mr. Lionel Cruz, and looking forward, guys, to continue growing together, helping each other, and see you on the next one.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and have yourself an awesome day.